Welcome back to the Avocado Open, presented by OTB Discs. If you guys have been keeping track with the Avocado Open, you know that Nate Perkins, who I'm joined with, caught up and closed the gap a little to Steve Rico, who was shredding. He's at 18 under and Nate's at 16.
Got a battle, Paige.
Yeah, we do.
9 holes left. Here we are, hole 10. It's a par 3, only 300 feet, but it's super tricky. You're teeing off before this fence right here, and you kind of have to ride the edge of that fence a little bit, hit this gap in the air, and then get one to skip on this road and hyzer to that left side. Pretty cool protected green here.
Yeah, I really like this one because it reminds me of little Texas skip shot, low ceiling.
It's very specific.
Yeah,
there's really only one way to birdie it.
Mm-hmm. And on round one, we all 4 birdied it, and you even mentioned that was pretty rare. You haven't seen that yet, so curious to see how we do on this try.
And my PD2 was well early, and here's Rico with an enemy.
Ooh.
That is to perfection right
Yeah,
there.
it is. Perfect speed. Just a little skip right over those rocks.
You going Raptor here?
Yeah, Raptor. A little too high on that one. Finds those branches and drops me just over halfway.
Philo going Firebird, and that was just a few feet too early.
So I'm going with a really stable Raptor there, just trying to skip it over those rocks. Nate, pretty similar play here with the FD3?
Yeah, kind of forced to do that little skip shot.
Philo having to step out and throw sidearm, running it.
Definitely running it.
Great putt on that basket. Wow.
Very happy to see that one stick. Back-to-back park jobs on this hole by Rico.
Yeah. Beautiful shot. And he will pick up one on the field on this one. It feels funny to say on the field when there's only 4 of us, but it felt like a real true competition.
Hey, no one has to know that there was only 4 of us. There's only 4 on Jomez as well.
Yep, very true.
All right, hole 11, par 4, 400 feet, but plays a little closer to 500 because of how uphill. There is OB all along that right side, marks the edge of the grove. The left side OB does creep in as well up here by the pin. Beautiful par 4.
Wow. Oh, great hyzer flip, but it just doesn't quite stay penetrating right, so he finds that same tree he was behind in round 1.
Ooh, and that is extra low with that CD2.
Like that owl stamp, that's the one you just came out with on the bunch of discs that OTB just got, right?
Yeah, the little mini owl.
Yeah,
check it out. otbdisc.com.
A little too turned over with the Zeus there, and find the grove on the right side that is out of bounds.
Philo going Destroyer, and that is in play. And look at the footing here. This is really the trouble of landing in this creek, is you never know what kind of footing you're going to have. I'm real off balance right here on this throw. And I just cranked over on that cloud breaker and actually found the out of bounds on that high left side.
Well, a little high. Yeah, a little high out of my hand, but I'm inside the circle to try to save par. Rico now struggling to find footing. Opting for a sidearm. asking for it to check, and it does. He's about 25 right of the basket, pin high.
Philo switching back to that AVR, putting the rock down. Really need to throw this one in. Oh. It's so close. All right, a little replay. What?
Wow,
That's
and just
awesome.
inches away from saving par.
That was so cool. I want to give a big shout to the people that joined my Patreon. It's really special to see the level of support out there in the disc golf community.
Yeah, so awesome. So awesome. And like we talked about last time, Nate is commentated on more disc golf than any other player, costing him some valuable practice time before his rounds.
All right. All right.
Good hit from Philo. And here's Steve to pick up a birdie.
Man, you got to admire the level of focus that Steve brought for this event.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really expect that level of ferocity, you know?
Yeah.
He came to play today, though.
He really did, and you can see the focus in his face on every single shot he's stepped up behind.
That's a good look at your form right there from that standstill position. All right, Steve, back to a 5-stroke lead now. We are moving into hole 12. It's a par 3 at 375 feet, playing downhill, back over the center of the creek, over hole 5's basket, and you want to hyzer just around this pine tree and down and to the left.
Such a beautiful hole. I think this is my favorite hole on the course. It's just, it takes such a skilled shot, and you really have to rip it. Oh, he did it.
No, and that looks just money. Flying past that legacy disc banner. Oh, and into circle 1. What a shot.
Wow. Philo opting for a rock here.
Is he going over the top again?
Just trying to power one on a direct line straight at it. Just a tiny bit laid out of his hand. Wow. This high route is beautiful. Wow, and deep of the basket. Wow.
Happy with that one. Are you going Raptor right there too?
Yeah, I am going Raptor on this one.
Oh, wow. Oh, I don't remember that shot. That was sweet, Paige. That is really impressive to get a Raptor all the way down there like that. Philo with a solid approach. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
I don't know how that birdie slipped my mind. That was so sick.
Oh, a little bit wide, but it sits right under the basket. Still, though, Rico is going to pick one up here. It's just, he's on a roll.
Yes, he is. Oh.
Oh, how unfortunate.
That is super unfortunate. And I feel like the door is closing shut. Right there.
No, it tried to hang on.
Wow. Just like that, it went from 2 strokes to 7 strokes, Paige.
Can happen quick.
That was a sweet birdie, though, with that Raptor.
Thank you.
All right, hole 13. It's a par 3, 250 feet across the creek, up the hill and between this pine window right here. Really love this green. This one's got a nice backstop for the ace run.
Yeah, it does. And anything inside of those 3 logs that are down on the ground is inside 20 feet. So if you just punch one through that gap, you're going to be golden. Ooh, and a little wide from Steve, but he hits that log and it stays right there under the basket.
Oh, squared that one up. I feel like it's just unlucky to square one up that late.
And that one kicked me left to about 45 feet or so.
Get in the hole.
Ooh. Oh!
Decent bid from Philo. Interesting to see Philo and Steve both go with that overstable approach.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like the overstable play on that one. Just throw it hard into the hillside. I actually thought that one had a chance if it didn't clip that branch.
Trying to throw that link in. Oh. Good bid from 50.
Thank you. And Philo now picking up an easy birdie. Look at that park job with a Firebird. And another one from Rico. It's so cool to have these guys out here, you know. Philo is absolutely shredding this year and for the past decade, you know, and Rico being a 2-time major champion and the owner of Legacy Disc.
It was huge for this event.
Yeah, absolutely.
To have them play.
Thank you guys for coming out, putting on a show. It was fun to compete alongside of you three. I had a great time.
All right, hole 14. Par 3 headed back down the hill here. The grove on the right is out of bounds. This basket is hanging from this pine and the cage is sitting on the ground. This is actually the first basket that Jeff built out here at the Duluth Disc Golf Course. There is OB long and OB right.
Oh, wow.
Down.
Oh. Wow. That was a sweet ace run. A little bit too deep, though, and goes OB.
Philo going AVR. Sailing that one a little bit.
It's really crazy. This hole's so deceiving. You could see how down tempo Philo was throwing and still sails it that far.
Ah, Toby.
Oh! Got a lucky kick there. Super happy about that one.
It's hard not to ace run this one though.
It really is.
Oh, and that's scooted right past the out of bounds line. And that's a circle 1 air ball.
With the low basket, you know, and the chain's already moving.
You would think that it's easier, but sometimes I feel like it's more difficult when it's sitting on the ground like that.
Yeah. Well, we're not used to aiming down. You know, on the Pro Tour, we have lots of elevated baskets, but it's pretty rare that we have one that's low. I think never, actually, on the Pro Tour do we have a low basket.
That was a cool shot. Bringing the avocados back home.
Yep. Every player left with quite a few avocados.
All right, hole 15. Shortest hole on the course. Going back across the creek. There is out of bounds long if you decide to run this one for the ace. Somewhat of a small window.
Yeah, it's definitely low ceiling, especially right before the basket, so it makes you throw a really direct shot at it if you are going for that ace. This is my fierce. Tiny bit high, drops to about 25 short.
Turn.
Steve with another beautiful clutch drive. Tyler didn't seem to like that one, but it snuck right through.
That was a major misfire right there.
Yeah, it looked like you kind of slipped, but it also looked like it punched through to that back road. So hopefully you got an open look.
I think I have like a 45-footer. Nice putt, though.
Thank you. All right, solid hit, Nate.
I might have been a little delirious at this point in the day, you know?
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of work on those cameras.
It really is.
I give it up to all the production companies for... I never even know they're there.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
They're sneaky. They're getting the good shots. They're lugging around heavy equipment. Definitely props to the video teams. All right, and Steve moves to 23 under par, 10 under for this round right now, double digits. After shooting course record first round, he's still coming.
Hole 16, par 3, 257, back up this hill. There is OB early right. This basket is right in the center of the creek. There's a little bit of a low ceiling right off the tee pad. Kind of takes away a lot of the angles. You're going buzz. All right.
Little splash.
Casual. The water is casual.
Wow, and Steve's...
That was a really fortunate break.
Yeah.
He cranked over on that. Maybe one of only 3 misfires.
I was going to say, like, very few misfires from Steve. And
Oh, I love that you can hear. You heard yourself say money.
yeah.
Mid-flight. And Philo's just frustrated because we are talking about how none of us have hit an ace yet.
Yep.
And we really want one for the cameras.
The
The disappointment. This looks like just outside the circle.
And this is to save par. Oh, no, he kicked back safe. This is for birdie. Ooh.
Run it back. Let's see that one again.
Was a little high and hot, but that stuck. All right, Philo, right in the center of the chains. Such a sweet shot, too. I love playing with Philo.
Yeah.
You know it?
He's a good time.
He's such a character. It's like there's never a dull moment.
And that water felt good.
All right.
All-star birdie. We didn't have too many of those.
No, not too many. All right, hole 17. I love this one.
Yes. Back down the hill. You're kind of going over Five's basket again, and you're going either inside this orange tree or right over the top of it. The basket is elevated down here by the chicken coop. Definitely one of the better birdies on the course. You're going Raptor again. You're so just... That is...
It's a nice, good beat-in one. It's last year's Tour Series ESP, and once they beat in, they like fly forward for a while.
All right.
Yeah. The Z ones definitely don't.
For most people, that's be your most overstable disc.
Oh, and Steve hits the orange tree and drops behind it. There is no putt from there, so he's going to have to get creative. Philo now. That was a beautiful angle.
Wow,
of his
that.
hand. Just like a push hyzer, just riding that angle.
It looked like it had a chance there for a second.
All right.
Little inside with that cloud breaker,
Yeah.
but that's going to be a putt.
All right, and Steve's getting low, looking for an angle. He's got the lead by almost double digits, and he is not willing to just pitch out.
Look at this throw that he's about to attempt, too. I don't even know what to call that. I've never seen that shot. We need a new one for that, guys. Please comment below what we should call that.
Oh,
and you
I
couldn't even see the
basket. I put a visual marker on a branch above it and just tried to drop it in and almost found the basket. And this is where Steve's crazy scuba type shot landed. That's what he called it anyway.
Oh, look at the way he just stabbed that one.
What a beautiful up and down. That was...
Oh, that's a good frame of Philo with his van.
Sun coming down. All right. We got Jeff Winter in the back on the top of the deck. We told him he couldn't watch, which he was a little bit sad about.
Look at that shot. That was epic. Wow.
Such a sweet shot.
Philo and I got a little battle going on for a second. I didn't realize it at the time.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of scores.
Yeah, it is when you're filming too.
Yeah.
All right, hole 18, par 3, 380 feet. Somewhat of a double island. This is all safe right in here inside the garden area. That road is out of bounds, and then the green is safe. Really tough to get one all the way into the green.
Yeah, we can all reach it, but where the green starts, the trees have really low hanging branches, so they kind of, if you hit the branch, it just drops you into that road.
Yeah, you really want to be moving from left to right as you access the green, which is kind of hard to do when you're throwing a 400-foot shot.
So I'm coming in. I thought I had the distance, and that little bit of branch knocks me down.
That's the danger of going for this green for sure.
Yeah. Steve laid up on the first round. Looks like he's doing the same here. And in the perfect spot, as close as he can get to the fence. So he still has a putt, but it's great distance control.
Oh, and I finally got the angle on that forehand.
Oh, in the green, on the short grass even. Beautiful shot.
My best shot on the hole in the month that we've been here.
And this is the drop zone for 18, and I just didn't quite get it high enough, but I am still safe. Just won't be able to save that 4.
And you can see this fence is right in Steve's face. Definitely going to make him change his putt up a little bit.
And he even looked at in between that gap right there.
Oh my goodness.
What a finishing putt. What a way to close it out and make a statement. He came to play.
What an amazing tournament by Steve Rico.
You know, he gets a Facebook message. Hey, why don't you come on over? You're running a little tournament. And he shoots 24 under par in 2 rounds.
Yeah, it was really cool to get to hang with him. I don't know him before this event, I didn't know him too well personally, but it was a real pleasure to get to hang out with him and get to know him a little bit better.
Yeah, he said competing is all he knows. He's been competing since he was 9 years old, and that's why he plays disc golf. You can really see it when you're playing with him. What a great birdie, Nate.
I was stoked. Stoked to beat Philo and yourself.
Yeah, so
This has been really fun, Paige. Honestly, I'm so stoked to have been a part of this with you, and I think that you did a really great job.
so did you, Nate. Thank you guys so much for everybody that tuned in and showed some support and appreciation. We loved putting this on for you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. The support really has been everything, and hopefully we get to play some more disc golf soon.
Thanks to my Patreons who made this possible, and all the sponsors that stepped in.
All right, wow. Steve Rico.
He came to play this weekend. You could tell he was super focused and just was trying to win a tournament.
Yeah, he was. I kind of want to run it back, and knowing that we're going to be this focused for this non-sanctioned event, I want to play again, don't you?
I do. I really do. I wish I had another crack at it. And yeah, but it was still fun, and
Maybe someone else to film the A-cam?
that would be sweet. We would love to do this again. We've gotten a lot of feedback about when's the next one? Who's it going to be?
Mhm.
And it was so much work. I mean, we put out the videos as soon as we possibly could. That's how long it took us to edit each of these. We were filming,
Yeah.
editing, everything. And yeah, it was a big project.
Huge project.
Big project.
I didn't really know all the ins and outs of what goes into a production like this, and I mean, it's so much stuff that we just have no idea about. So
Yeah.
really, it made me value what, you know, Jomez, Central Coast, and all those guys have been doing for years.
Yeah, it's something where, like, kind of like anything in life, if you don't see it being made, you don't really know. You just see this table and you're like, oh, that's a cool table. But you never really think of like all the effort that went into it. And so it's really made me appreciate the media crews and disc golf, and even more so. And wow.
And the feedback has been amazing. I mean, it's so cool to get messages about the Avocado Open, and tons of people have been joining my Patreon and saying, hey, I found out about it from the Avocado Open,
Yep.
and I know you've had a bunch of new patrons, so it's just a really cool deal for us.
Yeah, I think our first thank you should be to our Patreons. You guys are absolutely the ones that are creating this desire of content. So you guys are the absolute reason that we're making these videos, and thank you so much for the support. And
let's list off the people. So Jeff Winter is the owner of the Duluth Disc Golf Course, and he took us under his wing. He
6 weeks ago.
Dude, he allowed us to come out here and share. He shared his home with us and shared his disc golf course with us, his avocados, and it's really, I don't know if I would have rather been anywhere else during this quarantine.
Yeah, and we played a couple rounds early on and getting here, and we were like, man, the shots out here are really good. You know, some of these holes we're dreaming about. We're going to bed thinking about hole 12 and hole 5 and all of them, really. And
at night too.
Yeah, how cool would it be if we could do a tournament here? And Nate and I are kind of like dreamers and go-getters, and I think as soon as we said those words to each other, we started contacting sponsors, and the first 4 that stepped up were Wander Disc Golf, OTB Discs, Grip Equipment, and Resistance Discs, and they became our kind of like core team, and really got this thing moving. Once we secured those 4 sponsorships, that's when Steve and Philo were like, yes, we're in, and then,
it wouldn't have been possible without those guys.
Absolutely.
We wouldn't have been able to pay Philo, pay Steve.
The camera,
Yeah.
Alyssa and Roth, which is Steve Rico's friend who they did the filming along with Nate and I. So
Yeah, and then it wouldn't have been possible without our whole sponsors, Double Helix, Thunderbird bars. If you guys haven't heard, Paige and I have been raving about them a little bit, but they are a paleo and vegan, grain-free, real food bar, and the flavors are off the chain.
from Texas. Look
Yeah.
at, we're repping the Texas one, both of us Texans over here.
Yeah, that flavor is Texas maple pecan, and doesn't have a ton of sugar in it, and the consistency of it is really what gets me. The texture of
too.
each bar
That's what I
has
was
just been
saying the
amazing.
other
The
day.
apricot one, it's like just like an apricot.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, Thunderbird bars, a local feed and pet store, Cahoots Feed and Pet out of Fallbrook, Mac and Ginger.
Yeah, Mark and Ginger, they are my friends from Texas. Ginger Bowman, I actually won amateur world doubles with when I
Oh,
was
no way.
like in 2007, 8, and 9. We won 3 years in a row. She
Oh, that's epic.
was the oldest person in the field and I was the youngest. So we teamed up and
What?
won
That
3
is
world
so
titles together.
cool.
Yeah, still keep up with her. And she just relocated to California. So she wanted to support some disc golf content coming out in her new home state. And then Philo had a buddy,
Mhm.
MG Electric.
Yeah, MG Thomas Electric
Yep.
out of LA, and then of course Legacy Discs. Rico threw in for Legacy, so it was cool that we got out there and got some banners out there on the course and stuff.
Yeah, so thank you guys all so much. I know 3 of the sponsors have promo codes right now, so check the description below if you guys are wanting a discount on either a grip bag, Thunderbird bars, or some Double Helix is doing some free stickers and free wristbands. So check the promo codes below if you guys are interested in those.
Sweet.
And-
Oh, and we got to give a shout out to the people who helped us on the course.
Yes.
We worked for a few weeks straight on this course, weed eating and moving brush piles and just like all the gnarly stuff
Yeah.
that we normally just show up to the course and we're like, hey, why is that branch there?
Yep,
You know?
exactly. We've never done, like, I haven't done any manual labor on a course. Like Nate said, we just get there and complain about the one thing that's wrong. So
Yeah. And
being on the other side of it was interesting.
it was really interesting,
Yep.
and it really is. I think it's going to help us moving forward with our perspective on
Yep.
what, what's in front of us,
Yeah.
you know?
And all these people helped us. Jeff has a lot of good friends that come over here and just help him out here on this beautiful property. And so a few of them found out we were having a disc golf tournament, and one by one over the course of these 5 weeks, they came over.
They put in
And-
hours.
Yeah.
They put in hours with the weed eater, but you want me to list them off?
Yeah, let's do it.
Chase, for sure. Chad, Scott, John, Travis, April, Alexa, David. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, especially Chase. I feel like he was over here every single day.
Yeah, the
And
kid loves
Travis
disc golf.
made that bridge on hole 4. Go rewind the coverage and go back to hole 4. That bridge was built the day before the tournament, just simply by Nate and I saying, man, it would be cool if there was an easier way to get to that green. It's really cool. So
Game
thank you
changer.
guys so much. Yeah. And thanks to Steve and Philo for coming over and playing with us.
Yeah, this was a ton of fun, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the Avocado Open as much as we did.
Yep. So thank you guys so much, and leave a comment below if you think we should try to tackle this again. But this time I think we might have to pay Parsave a little bit more and see if they'll just edit it for us too.
Unbelievable work by Parsave. Go check out their channel.
So crazy, you guys. I think the most common comment was the graphics are amazing. These were specifically designed for this tournament. Everything about it was custom thanks to Parsave. And yeah, I think that they set this tournament coverage apart from anything we
what
could
we
have
have
ever
done.
done.
Oh, hands down.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Parsave, and check out their channel if you guys are looking for some other content in this hiatus. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.